Thank you, AnaBios, for this inaugural conference. It's been wonderful to be here. It's been very inspiring to hear the intuitive and non-intuitive approaches to all these complex situations. Cell Systems is really more of an intuitive approach to solving these problems. We are a provider of primary human cells that address some of the issues that we're hearing across a lot of these discussions, including biological relevance, the importance of it, reproducibility, and consistency in research programs. Cell Systems is a global provider of high-quality primary human cells, media, and reagents. We've been in Seattle since about 1989. We have a deep inventory that allows for a consistency to the same primary cell for as long as a research program is needing it. And our primary cells provide easy access to enhance the biological relevance of your experiments. They're heavily cited, and they have great utility for both 2D and 3D models. With the advent of so much interesting technology coming forth, as we can all agree, the importance of biological relevance is more important now more than ever. With 3D models, organ-on-a-chip technology, body chip technology, AI, and more, it's important that the input is as biologically relevant as possible. So we are not a research facility, but we do believe that we can help most researchers to achieve their goals. And we do that by addressing the critical issue of reproducibility in experiments because we have these primary cells available for use. A lot of times the access is very difficult to obtain, but our inventory allows for the same cell for as long as the research program is needed. We can help heighten the biological relevance and enhance the output. And we have the access where we provide these cells at a moment's notice and can ship them anywhere around the world overnight for any lab. Consistency is key. We're growing these cells in our lab, isolating new cells all the time, and making sure we have a great offering of cells that are unadulterated. We don't use antibodies when we isolate them. We're using centrifugal elutriation, so they're unadulterated to enhance the biological relevance with a high cell count and great viability. They can be passaged from piece 3, where we ship them, to passage 10, and we're always doing cell culture experiments in our lab to ensure that. So high quality, and they're highly cited in scientific journals, so you can access that information. Our inventory allows for any research program to have the same primary cell as long as is needed, and they're ideal for research across many different models. Here's an example of 2 of our cells, human primary retinal endothelial cells and the primary retinal pericyte cells that we have available. We have cells from the brain, retina, heart, liver, kidney, lung, GI, dermal cells. So here are a few of the examples. More of the popular cells, the brain microvascular endothelial cells, retinal microvascular endothelial cells, LSECs, brain pericytes, the kidney cells that we just have mentioned. These are all available on a day's notice. These select customers, we've been providing cells to large pharma across the nation and the world for decades. Select customers, different research institutes and universities who use our cells. And distributors, our favorite, scientist.com, and of course others, you can get them at VWR, Fisher, and elsewhere. They're ideal for advanced technology, 3D models, organ-on-a-chip, microfluidic devices. Here are a few examples below that show how our cells are used. And it's helpful to have these large lots, so you can have that same cell throughout your entire research program for as long as is needed. So we generate lots of cells between 50 and 150 vials of the same cell, and we continue to generate those because of the access to our deep inventory. Here's a case study. It's interesting to think about how reproducibility comes into effect in a large scale. We work with Emulate, so their current liver chip technology utilizes our cells, our LSECs in there. And I think originally they were probably using a variety of cells, and they found that that didn't provide the consistency that was needed to build a business off of. It didn't have the reproducibility that was required. So they looked through all sorts of different cells around the world, and thankfully they're using ours. They validated our cells as the most appropriate and working the best within their technology. They were recently cited in a paper and some of the results that were shown. So we're proud of that. A lot of our cells that Emulate are also used in their brain chip, as well as the kidney, and I believe there's another that we were providing, I can't remember. But it's an honor to do that and to serve Emulate's success. This is our passaging process that enable healthy lots of cells. Wei Shi is here, and she's a scientist at Cell Systems, growing our cells and ensuring that they're of high quality, high viability, always available. Here are some examples there's the liver cells on top, and then human brain parasites beneath. Citations, citations, citations. We have citations on our website for every cell type, which allows researchers like yourself to access that information and see that red thread that provides continuity between all the research that's being done to see the high utility in these cells. You can also go on Google Scholar and type in our catalog number and find hundreds of different citations for these cells. And we also have optimized media and reagents and growth factors that are in place, so you don't need to decide what is the appropriate tools to use for your experiment. We're located in Seattle. We're proud to be working with AnaBios going forward. And if you ever need any cells, please reach out to us. We do answer the phone, unlike most organizations. So thank you.
Thank you, Jesse.